Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Wraith here, back with another video. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to upload a super amount of times, even though it is the new season, just because, unfortunately, I am in my finals right now for college. But basically, I have been playing here and there, just trying to get in a couple games, whatever, trying to play a little bit. And personally, I'm really enjoying the season. I really enjoy what they did to the map so far. The only thing I kind of don't like so far is basically them removing the pumps. Yes, a lot of people say that charge TACMET is a little bit better for competitive, but personally, I just really do like pumps, so can't really say too much about that. Let me know what you guys kind of think of the season, whether it's good, bad, what you would change about it. Just down in the comments below. But basically in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to win more solo games. Now you can use this if you're just looking for pubs, like how to get more solo wins in pubs, maybe increase your tracker network a little bit, get your overall win rate up. Or if you're trying to win more in arena, you can use these tips as well. So if you're looking forward to this video, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, use creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and let's get into it. So for the first thing that you guys got to start working on and realizing is if you're going for that win, you're not going for a high kill game, or you're not just playing to play the game and get a couple kills, maybe get the win, whatever the case is, but you're actually going for that win. You got to make sure that you are landing at a spot that's going to set you up for the win as much as possible. So what I mean about that is a lot of people kind of just decide to land wherever they want to land each game, whether it's hot drop, or they'll just be like, you know what, let's go Missy this game, or let's go Steamy, or let's go wherever the case is, right? New Tilted, which isn't really the best idea if you're going for a win. If you're going for a win, you kind of got to have these specific drop spots where there's only going to be around 0 to 2 people, maybe sometimes 3, but you kind of want to avoid too many people at a POI or your landing spot. And the reason for that is basically if you want to get as many wins as possible without dying off spawn every single game, the best idea is basically to nullify RNG. And if you guys don't know what RNG is, basically what it means is how sometimes if you land at, let's just say retail row, for example, with one other person, they could get in 2 houses, a pump, AR, SMG, full shield, while you loot 2 houses and you get a big pot and an SMG, and that's it, right? So obviously they're going to be in a lot better position to win that fight. Now obviously some games you're going to get the better loot, and other games other people are going to get the better loot, but you kind of don't want to worry about RNG. Like if you're going for a win and 50% of the games you're dying off spawn because you're fighting 3 other people who potentially may have better loot or worse loot than you, obviously that is not the key. So you got to kind of make sure that you're landing somewhere with kind of 0 to 2 people, I'd say, is the best bet. That way you do have to fight a little bit, which is always good because you can improve your fighting, and you still won't get like a 0 kill win, which obviously you want to get a couple kills when you win, for some people at least. But yeah, land somewhere with like 0 to 2 people. You can 100% land a POI. Like for example, if the bust is starting over Misty Meadows and you want to land Steamy, there's a very low chance that over 2 or 3 people are going to go there. So you don't have to just land at outskirt buildings, but you can kind of land somewhere wherever you want to land. I just recommend either going far side of the bus or somewhere that's not a POI with maybe 1 or 2 people. That way you can minimize RNG. So now my next point is basically avoiding bad fights. Now this is what a lot of people end up kind of dying to, is kind of third parties, or they're dying because they weren't in a position to fight. So what I mean about that is there's a couple things that you kind of always got to make sure you have, and if you don't, you shouldn't be fighting. And those kind of main things would be, number 1 would be shield. If you're at 110 HP and you have 10 shield and you have no minis, no big pots, probably not the best idea to try and get in a fight or W key someone. Even if you feel confident, obviously if they're at like 20 HP, then it's a little bit different. But if you have no idea what HP they're at or whatever the case is, or someone pushes you and you're at 25, 30 HP and you have a chance to leave, probably not the best idea to fight them. Another thing would be mats. If you're very low on mats, not the best idea if you can try and get into an altercation. So kind of spend a little bit more time, try and farm up your mats a little bit more, because obviously every single kind of advantage that an opponent has, it just makes it easier to kill you, whether that's low shield, low mats, bad guns, like bad weapons. Well, then it's just going to give them a little bit more advantage to try and kill you. So if you have low mats, bad equipment, whatever the case is, low shield, just spend a little bit more time. Don't rotate through POIs or high pressured spots. I see a lot of people do this, and it's really bad if you're going for a win, or if you're going to kind of get the best placement you can. After playing this game, you guys should kind of know general spots that a lot of people end up rotating through. So for example, tilted is a really good one. A lot of people rotate from all points of the map to go towards tilted. So if you go towards tilted after you're done looting up or whatever the case is, and you're not in the best position, there's a very likely chance that someone's going to rotate on you, or you're going to rotate past someone, and then you guys are going to end up fighting. And not only that, even if you're in a bad position, you end up fighting them, there's a very high chance that someone else could come in and third party you just because it's a really high pressured spot. So you guys kind of got to know from playing the game enough where the high pressure spots are, where a lot of people rotate through. Like for example, lazy is a really good one. A lot of people rotate through there, so you kind of got to be aware. If you're in a bad spot, probably not the best idea to rotate through one of these big spots. So you kind of got to try your best to avoid fights. Obviously, if you're in a good spot, like you have full shield, you have good mats, good weapons, and it's completely different. If you're going for a 1 to 2 kill win, then still avoid those spots. But if you're going for like an 8, 9, 10 kill win, then it's 100% okay. If you feel confident, go through one of those spots, go through those hot kind of pockets that everyone tend to go, and then you can maybe pick up a couple kills. Just be aware of third parties because a lot of people rotate through there. So now my next tip has to do with rotation, and a lot of people kind of take it for granted, and this is kind of similar to the tip before, but you want to rotate early zone. And I don't mean just in like moving zones, because obviously for majority of games there's not going to be moving zones, especially if you're in a pub or just an arena. But even in like early zones, like second, third zone, you want to rotate as early as possible and kind of figure out what your play is from there. So for example, a lot of the times if you rotate late because you're too focused on looting up or something like that, you can get storm held, you're in the edge of the zone, and then if zone pulls the opposite way and you have to go all the way to the top of the map if you're at like Misty or something like that. It's not fun because the entire game you're not going to have time to loot anymore because you're just going to be focused on rotating, especially if you end up fighting someone. You're going to have to kind of outrun storm, which is not ideal. So basically what you want to do is, if you're not in zone, is you want to rotate there the second you possibly can, farm on the way there, loot up on the way there. Don't just loot up and then go there last minute because you're going to get storm held, whatever the case is. There's many things that can happen, but basically what you want to do is you want to rotate as early as possible, even like I said, not even in the moving zones, but like the first, second, third, fourth zone. Move as quick as possible, trying to get either into the middle of the map or natural high ground. So what I mean about natural high ground is like a big hill, something like that, a big mountain that you can get on top of. So for example, if it pulls like retail row or something like that, literally just go up onto one of those big snowy hills and you're going to have such a big advantage for end game. You're going to be on kind of the top of the hill. No one's going to be able to push you without you seeing them. You can just spray down on people. Now, like I said, obviously if you're playing for like a higher kill game win, then you're not going to want to do that. But if you're just playing for the win and you really want to win, just go box up on a hill. Like, there's not a big deal in that. Some people might be like, oh, he's already boxed up. But hey, if you're going for the win, you're going for the win. It doesn't really matter what people think. So now my next tip is kind of a little bit correlation due to my second tip, and it's don't be afraid to fight. So I know I said you don't want to take bad fights, but it's a little bit different if you're in a good opportunity. Like if you have good mats, you have good shield, you have good weapons, like I said, don't be scared to fight. Like if someone pushes you, don't always think in the back of your mind, I need to win this game. Like I can't fight this person, I might die, and then I'm not going to get the win, right? That's not, you can't go into a fight thinking that. You got to go into a fight. If someone pushes you, you fight them. Like it's not a big deal. You die, you play another game, and you go for the win there. It's not a big deal. Always learn, always practice fighting. That way you're going to become a better player. So what you need to do is if someone pushes you, just don't run. Like obviously if you're at 12 HP, or like I said at the second tip, if you're in a bad spot and you have the opportunity to leave, then 100% take it. But if you don't have the opportunity and they're pressuring you hard, don't be scared to fight. You die, you die. It's not a big deal. Even if you're in a tournament, there's 9 more games for you to play. So don't be scared. If someone pushes you, fight them. And sometimes if you're feeling a little bit confident, you know you have good mats, you know you have good HP, and you see someone rotating in front of you, beam them. Like it doesn't matter. Like the nice thing about this game is you always have another game, so you can be like, you can really go for the win. And even if you only want 1 or 2 kills, even if you want 0 kills, just practice fighting. Like it's not that big of a deal. If you die, you die, you get in another game and you practice going for that win again. So don't be afraid to fight. I see so many people in a solo or something like that, if they get pushed, they just try and keep running away. They keep trying to pop those big shields or try and leave. They're so scared to fight, and then it's just so easy to run over those people because they're just constantly running away. So don't be scared, don't be nervous, and fight back. So my last and final tip is a really good one for people that get a little bit nervous or kind of antsy endgame, whether it's an arena or solo. I know a lot of people still get nervous in solos just because they don't have many wins, And what you can kind of do to help that is just be in a call with your friends. So basically, if you're in PS4 or you're in the playing on the Xbox, literally just hop into a call with your friends. If you're on PC, go in Discord, find some friends that you can talk to, and literally just when you're playing, just talk to them. Like, it doesn't have to be about Fortnite. It can be about anything you want. Obviously, it can be about Fortnite, and it'll just calm you down. Like, if you're not thinking like solely about the game and be like, oh my god, there's 6 people left, you're gonna do a lot better talking with your friends about something that happened at school or whatever the case is, right? So to calm down, just play with your friends, and trust me, it'll feel a lot more kind of relaxing when you're playing the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, use creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.